It is day number 38 of the self-quarantine today here in Los Angeles, and talking about the coronavirus here in the city. The number of cases and deaths are still rising here in the city, but not to the degree that we're seeing in other cities that is really being hitting hard from this pandemic, such as New York, Washington, D.C., Detroit, Michigan, and other places where it's just rampant and you just see all of these hospitals that are being overwhelmed. But the experts do predict that that could happen at any time here in Los Angeles, but also all around California. But also talking about not just here in Los Angeles or California, but now I'm going to talk about the whole country of the United States. It has been reported so far that over 700,000 people have been infected with this virus, and unfortunately, over 40,000 people have died because of this virus so far since the start of this pandemic. And today marks 3 months today since the pandemic started here in the US. So that just tells you how much of this virus is just a very serious matter and how big of an impact it's been causing on lives, on the economy, and just in everyday life that is going on here in the States. And everyone needs to do their best to follow the guidelines from the CDC and other health organizations to make sure we slow this virus down and kill this virus as soon as possible. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people that have cabin fever and a lot of people that are very stressed that they had no choice but to actually do protest over the weekend. Some of them did it here in Orange County, Huntington Beach, California, and other people have done it in Michigan and other parts of the United States. Just people that are not following any of the guidelines, no social distancing, no face covering, no gloves, nothing. They're all protesting in front of federal buildings and city halls, just talking about, they want to get back to work, they want to open the business again, the economy again. But the thing is, it is not up to them to tell the government or the scientists when they're ready to open. It's the scientists' job to tell us, when the whole country can open and not be such a danger of being open that it could also overwhelm even more the hospitals nationwide. And I get the frustration. You need money, you need to buy things, you don't want government handouts, you want to get back to work as soon as possible. We're all feeling it, and I agree with you. But at the same time, we have to think about what does that mean when you take that stand of going outside without any face covering, without any type of precautions, not following the 6 feet rule. That could possibly even be more of a dangerous threat. Just saying that yes, you want your voice to be heard, but at what cost of getting infected or infecting other people, right? Because if we don't follow these guidelines, unfortunately, I can see that there's going to be a higher number. The statistic is going to get higher on cases and deaths in the United States if we do not stay at home. So I would, as a person that is watching it in a very neutral way, yes, I understand their frustration, but I also understand from the scientists' points of view that they're the ones that are analyzing the data of this pandemic, and we got to do our best to listen to them. There's a reason why they're scientists, they're doctors, they work in the medical field. They have these degrees. They've studied this virus for a very long time. You can't tell me that you know more of a virus, that you just only scroll through the internet, right? And you think you know everything, but you don't. These people went to school. These people studied diseases like this. They know exactly what they're talking about. And if they're telling you something, you have to listen. Because at the end, if you don't listen, and I'm just saying, theoretically, hypothetically, if you get sick of the coronavirus, who knows what are the dangers? You could feel very sick, but guess what? You won't be able to find a doctor because the hospitals will be overwhelmed, and unfortunately you'll be in that other statistic, not just the statistic of being sick and infected, but also the statistic of actually dying. So don't be in that statistic. Be smart. There are other ways of making sure that you can have your voice heard under these critical times. But other than that, I urge everyone to just remain calm and don't do anything irrational. It's not the time for irrational thinking or acts. We all have to come together and we have to make sure that we stand as one and fight this virus as one people, as one person, as one group, as one team. Because everywhere around the world, they're all feeling the same thing that you guys are feeling. And we have to do our best to stand together. And lastly, everyone, just make sure that, again, follow the guidelines from the CDC and other health organizations, and just do your best to make sure you cleanse and sanitize, and just make sure that everything around your house is cleaned and disinfected. And do your best if you do go outside to wear your face mask and be have a good distance of social distancing with other people as well. So everyone, make sure you stay strong, be kind, have faith.